Guess who's late? Late again. SG's late. Tell a friend. SG's late. SG's late. SG's late. Bow, 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 bow. I gotta always have some kind of theme song. I can't just come barreling in here and not talk. But anyway, what happened earlier was, I don't know if everybody made it to the end of my last live stream, but what I'm saying is that there was a spider out there and I just was not in the mood for it. Okay? I'm never in the mood for a spider. Never, ever, ever. I hate them. They just are not something I want to deal with. So I actually panic. But but I don't, I don't. I'm so musically inclined. So I'll just hang out for a little while, see if anybody says hello, and if not, then throw it. We'll see. Hi, Vlad. The freaking last live stream, there was a huge spider. It was disgusting. Well, I mean, it wasn't disgusting. I don't want to offend any spiders that might be listening in my house, if there is any. Oh my God. Did I tell you the other day I freaking was going to put my slippers on and there was a spider in it? And I luckily, what did you say? Some rubber. But luckily, I shook it and the thing came out on my pants leg, on my pajama pant leg. Thank God I had light ones on because, oh my God, it was crawling up. Oh my God, you don't even know. Well, I guess you would know by my reaction on the. I freeze. I freeze. I can't move. I can't move. Hold on, let me wake up XX. She's fast asleep next to me right now. Oh my God. I hope to God that you're so funny. Anyway, um, I'll drop the link. I'm gonna drop a link. Here we go. Mr. Rourke might come back, you know. Talk to him. You guys see that link? Okay. Yep, we talked on Bobbles, but like in a really funny way. Oh my God, that was so funny. A cartwheel down Michigan Avenue. Oh, that was such hysterical. I was laughing wicked hard last night on Bobbles channel. Seriously, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sometimes on these lives, hey XX, hi. I know she's awake. Hi Ace. Well, there was a spider, so I had to run. There's Mr. Rourke. Up now. See, I'll do this. You guys just wait right there. La 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 la. Did you guys see my new videos? Did you like them? What'd you think? I like them. I like it like. Hold on. Pork. There. Now everyone's a mod. I guess that's how it looks, right? That's so funny. Thumbs up, everybody. Come on. I don't see any thumbs up. Come on now, people. Well, I think I'm funny. So, did you guys watch my new videos? Anybody? Exactly. We could. Yeah, the fucking hammer is back. Guess who's back? Back again. Rita's back. Tell a friend. I don't care about no fucking Eminem. That's myself anyway. I think I might be, I might not be. I'm not sure. I don't know. Still, the jury's still out on that, if I'm funny or not. Funny looking. That verdict came in a long time ago. Well, I'm always good at being bad. Okay. Yeah. Is this the real Vladimir? He's fucking. He's saucy tonight. He's saucy. He's all revved up and ready to go. It's rock and roll time. Oh, you know what? You guys wouldn't know that song because it's an original by a band out of Boston. I used to play the bars that I would go to. It's Five Thumbs a Fist. You ever see that Eddie Murphy? No, it wasn't Eddie Murphy. It was Charlie Murphy. He talked about Rick James. He's like, Charlie Murphy, what did the five fingers say to the face? And he slaps him across the face. He goes, I don't know what. It was funny. So I was gonna read The Art of Racing in the Rain because I did take it out of the freaking library and or I yeah, I mean, but I don't know, if you guys don't want it, if there was a spooky story, I could try it. But sometimes it seems like they disappoint. You know what I'm saying? Those the ones they gave me. I know, right? Don't walk away from me. I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have wrong. Wrong. Move, move. Please, suck it. Please, suck it. Please, 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 please. I know my singing is awesome, but really tough. I want Rock to come up. Did I put the live stream link? Come on. Did I? Did I? Come on. Did I? Huh? Tell me. Tell me. Yes, I did. Look it. There it is. Did everybody see that? Oh. Come on. Taco. Please give me a break. I know what you're going to do. You're going to jump up and fucking leap off my lap, and your toes are going to dig into my leg, and it will be good. Please, 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 please. Ugh. One of those poppy cans. What is it? Deo, Deo. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Work all day and something. Banana. I don't know the words. Day. Me say day. Me say day. You know what? Maybe that jelly did. I have a hard coming. I have a hard coming on your live stream. What? Uh, you have a hard on when you come on my live stream? That's like that. Maybe, yeah. I have a hard time coming on your live stream. That's funny. I want a pearl necklace. Remember that? You can tap it, everybody, right? Hard. I said hard time. All right. I don't care about your hard time. Wakey, wakey, hands up, snaky. All right, fine. Tell me now. Tick, 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 tick. Are we like fucking doing the art of racing in the rain? Which I will try to condense by not reading everything. I mean, I'll read everything that matters, but you know what I mean? Or maybe I just won't say anything at all. Uh, oh, you want to rock and roll? I wanna rock and roll all night and do it every day. Detroit, rock city. Remember? I used to like my favorite his song was oh oh I hear it loud. I like that one. Just saying. I saw Kissing concert, and I don't care. I kind of did like that song. I was made for loving you, baby. Tonight, I'm gonna give it all to you. Remember that? Vladimir, you want a pearl necklace? Ah. Yeah. That was like around the time of Hot Child in the City. Remember that one? Nick Yoder. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh God. I know. Somebody come in with me. Shake it up. Ooh, ooh, shake it up. Yes, wish we could do a sing along FaceTime. Yeah, right. Today I was in a store and I heard, "Don't go breaking my heart." Or I know you practice that. I know you practice "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" because we were gonna do a duet. I might be willing to do it if you are. Don't go breaking my heart. No, I won't tap. I couldn't if I tried. Oh, honey, if I get restless, baby, you're not that kind. Bum, 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 bum. And we even had the music down, and nobody heard. No. Oh, Vlad's going. Yep. See, she said, I remember that. You did. See, see, Rourke. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. You can't deny it. Come on now, baby. When you grind it, I get so excited. Ooh, when you move. Oh my God, I like that song. I see that you like it like that. Okay. That's a nice song, though. I was at a bar one time, and that's why that song always sticks in my head. Who is that? That's Neo. My turn with SG. Ah, ha, ha. Let's see. I'm gonna post the link. See who comes up first. Rourke probably won't. You know why? Because he tries to play hard to get, and he doesn't know that I like somebody like who comes to my rescue. And I think that either one of these fine young men. You know what? My phone is so fucking hot. I think it's gonna burn a hole through my pillow. It's like, wow, that shit's hot, hot, hot. Nobody's gonna go up. Did a link come up or no? Is there a link? No, no link, no linky link. Look at people are dropping out like flies because I was singing. That's so sad. It's hot. Shit, I forgot to buy. Damn it. Oh, I can't see. All right. There's no link. Okay. Oh my god, I gotta let this phone come down. What is his avatar?
You motherfuckers.
Rita's back anyway, at least.
Hello?
I'm glad because I want to fucking. I hate to eat on the live stream, but I'm hungry. In the words of secular, I'm hungry. Nom, nom.
No, that's Maddie. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I don't watch that channel. No offense to anybody. I'm just saying that it was, the night that we asked him what he was doing in somebody's link, and he said he didn't answer. He just said something about it wasn't Davy Jones. It was Ted Baker, right? Did you see that last night? You saw that,
The fashion designer?
yeah. And
And
fucking,
then you
he
said
said
Ted.
he had to wash his Ted Baker shirt or something, and something happened to it. And there's a link because we don't have all that Rorschach. Not as much as you with that pale chest, lad. No, sir, just kidding. uh, what the hell was I saying?
You're talking about someone being hungry.
No, I was talking about Ted Baker.
Ted Baker shirts.
And somebody was like, who? Ted Cruz? And then
No,
somebody else was like, who? Ted Bundy? Remember? Ted Bundy t-shirts smeared with blood.
And then, no, because what happened, I was lost and I was like, Ted Bundy. I was like, do they mean El Bundy? And then
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
I
about
saw you say that. I know. That's because none of us are like so into our shirts and shit.
yeah, but then I thought about it and I was like, oh no, they mean Ted Bundy, the serial killer. And I was like, oh,
And that made sense. That made sense that there's a Ted Bundy, secular human t-shirt. Hi, Bobby. And she's like, look who's up on the panel, right? And
hello, Ablavi. So, Ablavi, what's your type of man?
That's so funny. That's funny. Oh, Blobby, hello, sweetie. Everybody's a
If
damn
only
bot in
Ablavi
here,
could see
huh?
me bouncing in my chair.
I can't hear you. What are you doing? Squeaking your chair like you were when you porn bond me?
Yeah, I said if only Ablavi could see me bouncing in my chair right now.
You know what? I was thinking today I might buy one of those exercise balls.
Wait a moment, I have to go get some lotion and rub it on myself.
I thought you already did that. I called you ahead of time.
I
I
need
said, get
hair. I
yourself
need
ready,
hair to
buddy.
flick around. I
We're going live.
want to flick my hair back and forth.
I flip my hair back and forth. I flip my hair back and forth. I got him by the hair. I'm like, say my name, bitch. He's like, SG, stop. You're hurting me.
No
Please,
more.
no more pegging.
No.
What'd you say?
Oh. Your new name should be Anal Violator.
Maybe I'll just call myself not just an entrant. No, not just an exit.
Look what happened to me. I was anally probed and I have screenshots.
You know, that is the funniest thing. And when you're gone, everybody misses your work, you know? I have a little P&R sometimes when the peg goes deep. Oh, where's Ben? You do not love that song, Ace, do you? But I could see you flipping your hair back and forth because you have that nice blonde, sun-kissed hair, right?
That Daryl Hannah
Yeah, yeah, like Daryl Hannah. You're right. Yep, yep.
needs kind of like Rapunzel. She wants it pulled. Oh, speaking of, there he is, Ben.
Rourke was all butthurt. He was like, "An ace? I could take my, I could build all the lakes I want and take my jet ski all the way to Australia, and she probably wouldn't even go on a date with me."
Actually, what I said is, if I took my damn jet ski all the way to Australia and I met her on the beach and she said she only wants to go out in the knee deep water, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was it.
So I was
God.
on my jet ski on my way to Australia.
And he turned back around
I seen a
because I
shark.
kept
Hell yeah,
calling
I
him.
turned back
I kept
around.
calling him, and he had swim trunks on, like David Hasselhoff,
Dun,
and
dun, dun.
he was with SpongeBob and Patrick. He kept saying, "I'm hanging out with my friends. Stop bothering me, SG."
Hey, I want to go swimsuit shopping with Metro.
Nope, definitely not tight enough. Try a more snug fit, Rourke. One time, I want to see a little bit of your pubic hair coming out the sides of your bikini.
I don't have pubic hair.
You should get every color swim trunk there is.
Listen, my people aren't hairy. We're very haired, and we have
So does that
nice
mean that are
skin.
you bald?
No, I got hair in my head, but as far as body hair goes,
Yeah, you know what? I remember my ex-boyfriend who was half Mexican. He was pretty soft skinned. So maybe that's something that goes through Mexico. The women get the hair on their face.
um, no, not much either. No, I mean if it depends. I mean I've seen a few that could grow the body hair, but mostly
El
if I
mustacha,
they got that smooth skin.
smooth. You sound like you have a smooth skin. I have a list.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
It rubs the lotion on its skin.
Isn't that right,
Or
Rocco? Isn't that right,
or
Rocco?
I'm working on my list. It gets the hose again. Now you know those people with a whistle? They're so fucked up. No, not like that. Like it's like they have a
Thank you.
diastema in their tooth or something, and they like
Thank you.
whistle
Were you
through it.
whistling at me?
Huh?
Thank you. Were you whistling at me?
No.
Oh, I thought you went.
Hey, pretty bird. No, I can't whistle. All right, everybody who hates whistling, stop it. Good. Monday. It's Sunday. She just fucked me right up. They said slowly running out of fuel, sitting back chilling.
Who
Sorry.
fucked you?
What'd you say? Well, fuck you. Is that what you said?
You said somebody fucked you.
I did not.
Oh, I thought you said somebody fucked you.
My God, he was gonna be so mad. Did you hear that? Did you
What?
hear that, you guys? Rourke cares about me. Oh, that was
Oh,
kind of, you know what? that kind of made me feel a certain kind of way. The way you just reacted, I'm just saying.
You're like, oh yeah. Did
You
he
know
just
what would really suck though? If you actually like met somebody that you had chemistry with on the phone and maybe you even like do whatever on the phone and then you met each other and you're like, what the fuck?
do what on
See,
the
I
phone?
would, yeah, what the fuck? God has a sick sense of humor. You got the man of your dreams and he looks like Danny DeVito.
The plane. Boss, it's
I said
just
to him last
me.
night after when we were talking on the
Boss,
telephone.
it says
No, sorry,
cheese.
we were using Dixie cups, like with a string in between it. But
Dixie cups.
I
What are you gonna fill in
forgot
a
what the
cup?
fuck I was talking about. Oh my
You were talking
god,
about you were
why?
talking you were talking about dicks in a cup.
No, no, I wasn't.
Oh,
I was talking about something we talked about last night
a full Dixie cup.
afterwards. And you
Are you
said,
what? You want me to get you something to drink? Would you like me to get?
drink? Like
Yeah,
what? What are you talking about? What are you gonna make me one of your fucking special protein drinks? I've had enough.
yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. It was if you see, okay, so you saw somebody and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck? They look like Danny DeVito. And then I was gonna say, I don't think I would have, you know, phone sex with them, which which I've never done. Okay.
You've never had phone sex with Danny DeVito.
No, I did have sex, real sex with Danny DeVito. No, sir, I was just kidding. Um,
Did you rub his
I did not.
feet?
Was I on his feet? No, he was on mine. That's how we danced together at the wedding.
Oh, so you're in the feet.
No, I hate feet. I meant like little kids when they stand on their sometimes good to have a break. Oh, good, because it was a good weekend. Thank you, Vlad. I appreciate that I made your weekend one of the best weekends you've had in a long time.
He must have scored.
Just kidding.
Vlad scored.
Vlad scored. Really? Oh, well, other than the bullshit with that bitch. Don't say the word. We can do the pirate talk and go, ah.
Arr.
But that's about it. So did anybody watch my
So
videos? Just look, 5 people.
you know that I do readings, and I got these spirits that come to me, and right now they're telling me, do you know a guy named Ted? Who's Ted? I'm getting a big
Weird
baker.
blood.
No, it's Bundy. Ted Bundy. Do you know a Ted Bundy?
It was good to clear shit up. So, did you watch that, Rourke?
No, I didn't watch. I
But we
was.
don't even know if it's cleared up all the way anyway, because you know what? When you think about it, Jose did never call me. So I don't know. Maybe she had cloned him and did all that just to look like a superhero or something.
I was
So
out
I
back
don't really
looking for
know, but
UFOs.
whatever. It is what it is. You know,
I was
if
out in
he
the
did it,
backyard looking for
huh?
UFOs.
What?
Right now, I like to go out in my backyard and look for UFOs.
You gonna do that? Hi, Mark. Are you gonna do that? Look at your
Yeah.
fucking avatar. What is that red thing? Oh, it's a ball gag. Always R. No, you gotta say it like a pirate. English. It can't be R. Look at
I
4 people.
don't give
See?
a fuck about no fucking spaceships.
He's so mean. Oh my God, look at it. You made my room. No, but I'm only kidding. I saw you in the room going, she said I ruined her live stream. And I was like, no, I didn't. Rourke, my type is passport ready. Mark Cropper goes, UFOs. Did I say UFOs? Oh, when you were
After all the time I take out of my life to come help on this channel with games and these
talking.
lies, no more.
And I think he gets into that, like he channels her every couple of weeks and hates me for 3 days because he thinks, he thinks he's really Rita.
The really good conversations are between her and Satan says, Rita,
Yeah.
I want you to do something for me. No more Satan.
Oh my God, stop it, stop it, stop it. Don't do it anymore. That was so weird and possessed.
Hey,
See?
but if Ace is saying anything, it's no longer Sunday, it's Monday morning, so it's all good. And if
He's right
anything,
here. Ace is right here.
put yourself in a bubble. If you put yourself in a bubble,
Will
it
you
will
stop?
go
Who says bubbles? Like boy in the bubble?
like, I don't know, like somebody said bubbles and or a bubble or a something.
A
Anyways,
bubble or something. A bubble or something. All I remember is John Travolta being boy in the plastic bubble. Remember that? After school special? And he was like wheeling around like a fucking gerbil.
he didn't like
Was he?
germs.
He didn't really do that, right? Is that something in my head? He didn't really have like an exercise ball bubble, right?
I think he was stuck in the bubble because he was
Yeah, he was like,
exercising,
no.
and it was a good way to exercise.
Stop it.
No, he had no immunity system or something, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that he was in a bubble rolling down the street.
What happened? He broke out of the bubble and went dancing on Saturday night at the club and made it
Did
big.
he?
Yeah, well,
Oh, when he was the urban cowboy.
no, that was a different one. But I seen he went. It was Saturday Night
Oh,
Fever.
Saturn. Oh, well, you can't tell. No, he's talking about bubbles, like a real bubble. A real bubble, a real bubble, not a bubble. You
Bubble,
can
bubblehead, bubblehead.
bub-
I wonder if Mr. Bubble's got him some bubblehead.
You're fucking funny as shit. I wonder where Prudently is. Probably clone.
Prudently,
Oh my God.
I ain't got no problem with prudently.
Oh my God.
Prudently.
I don't know, you guys. I think he's funny. I think
I
everybody
think
thinks.
I really feel that prudently goes out to bookstores and does some book touring on the side and doesn't tell us about it, and that's what she's got going on.
Really? I could see her writing a book, like a cookbook or something.
Yeah, I could see her there with the children reading the books, the stories from the book.
Well, yeah, but I meant like I could see her being like another Martha Stewart. But, not that she's like Martha Stewart, but I'm just saying that she has a look that she could be a little bit. You know what I
I
mean?
can fucking read a book too.
It was a movie, I think, a bobblehead. It was a boy
Oh,
in a plastic bubble.
it was a movie. It was a
Yeah.
movie, all right, called Porno.
Talk for a second, okay? I'll be right back. Okay?
Just,
Okay?
I'm only gonna talk for 1 second, then it's gonna be a
No,
lot of
don't
dead
talk
air
for just 1 second. Just talk, please.
talk. So, what do you think about this Rita lady? Here she's going around telling everyone to fuck off. If I could read the chat, I could talk to the chatters. What's up, chatters? SG's probably taking a big dump right now. I think I can hear some farting going on. She must be straining. So Ace, what are you doing? You should come up on the panel. I have to charge her for your entertainment purpose. That's why we get tomatoes, and we get to throw tomatoes at SG. She must have chose to end the live.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you read the chat?
No.
Huh?
No, I can't read it.
Hold on. I'm eating some hummus,
No,
but I'm not
sure
gonna
you
crunch
were.
it.
Sure
Huh?
you were. I could hear
I
what you
might
were
do.
doing.
I didn't do it yet. Hold on.
You're a double flusher?
A double flusher. It's so weird. Hi,
Look
Bobby.
who's up. Hi.
Hi.
Look who is up, who is not scared.
I'm up.
Great.
He's not scared because she's home. He's like, this is his home.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well?
Yeah, you're a slippery one. You like slip through my hands every time.
I like to think I didn't slip through your hands of slipping through something else.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nasty. I bet you did enjoy that. So, Rourke, let's get on to this because I haven't grilled anybody in like weeks.
I know, but if he doesn't want to though, just don't go hard on it. And what do you think, Rourke? It's up to you. Grilling?
I'm up here. Go ahead.
Okay.
Great.
I'm gonna mute myself because I'm crunching. Okay.
So let's begin. So
Enjoy the
you're
popcorn.
47. You live in the Detroit area. Not married. Offspring, yes or no?
Yep.
46, right? 46?
47.
Oh, you're 47? I didn't know that. Okay. 38. Okay. Bye.
Okay. So let's talk about Rourke. What have you ever been married?
No.
Do you want to be married?
Not so much. It's not like a dream of mine.
That's fine. I say married free is the best way to be. So you were.
Go ahead.
So you were a boxer. What do you do now?
Landscaping.
Oh, okay. Do you like it?
No.
Okay, I guess it pays the bills. Now, what is Rourke? Like, give us an interview of Rourke because we know how like Terry is. We know Spaceman, but we don't really know Rourke. We get little bits and pieces.
Exactly like kind of like what do you mean? What is Rourke? How does Rourke see the world?
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's start there.
Even though the world is right now, it seems like it's a fucked up place. It's almost like a perfect place, but all the energy that's going on in the world is misplaced. And what it is everyone's more fighting each other than being more of a united community.
Okay. So, like, what is Rourke into? Is Rourke into blondes, brunettes? Is Rourke into his garden tool phase? Is he, you know,
Um, I had I'm not really the type, like the hair color. I've had all kinds of women. I've had black women. Actually, I haven't had Hispanic women. I've had Asian women, white women, blondes, brunettes, redheads. Actually, a few redheads.
mm. Why no Hispanic woman? Because they're in the area.
Growing up with a mother and an aunt that are Hispanic, you kind of like say to yourself, "Ugh." And in
So
the
you're
area,
half Hispanic.
yeah, and in the area that I'm into, there's hardly any Hispanics. So there are some, but not a lot.
So what type of Hispanics are you? What type of Hispanic are you?
A non-Spanish speaking Hispanic.
Yeah, but like what country?
Oh, Mexico.
Oh, so you're half Mexican, half white.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say. I would say American Mexican because actually we weren't from. My grandparents didn't cross the border. They were born in the United States.
Okay, interesting. But are you Mexican Lebanese? Are you native? Like what type of Mexican are you?
I didn't know there was different types.
Yeah,
Uh,
because Mexicans like the United States. Like just because you're Mexican, that's not necessarily your race.
um, I we came from like the Texas area
Mm.
and right around the border.
Okay, so you're probably a mezzo, but because that's what most are.
A lot of Hispanics, believe it or not, are really nothing different than Native Americans, but they're basically cousins. And further south, they lived a little different than the people did up in the north.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also mixed with an amount of European as well. So let's talk about this. How was it being, your Latin mother, and how was it? How did that shape that you not wanting to date Hispanic women?
Um, well, with no Hispanic, with not a lot of Hispanic women to choose from, there was plenty of white women to choose from. So I pretty much stayed busy with white ladies.
But if you live in the Detroit area, there's tons of, well, I guess the Hispanic people have come recently.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back. I ate my hummus.
Oh, okay. We were talking about Rorik and how he's never dated a Hispanic woman.
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard him.
What
Yeah.
did you eat? Hummus, and did you have pita bread?
It was like little tiny nachos. Like the tortilla chips with the roasted red pepper hummus. It was good. I got it from a convenience store.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead,
Yep.
Bobby.
Okay, so you don't speak Spanish, correct?
Correct.
But was your house a Spanish speaking house?
Uh, Grandparents' house was.
Okay. So you have to like how to say this? Did they was Spanish their first language or their second?
First. What happened when they raised me and they didn't want me learning Spanish because we lived in an area with mostly rich white people, so they didn't want me going around speaking Spanish, and they wanted the easiest life for me.
Mhm.
So they never taught me Spanish.
Okay, but do you look native?
Uh, I got dark eyes and dark hair.
Okay, so all right, but like I'm saying, like when you're around Latinos, like for instance, you in New York, they think I'm Hispanic and they're always speaking Spanish to me. Do you get that too, or no?
Yeah, but once I meet them, and I'll tell them that I don't speak Spanish, they're cool with that, and they speak English with around me.
Okay, okay. So let's talk about the woman. Let's talk about the Asian woman. Do you date like Chinese? Do you date Far East Asian? Do you date West Asian? Southeast? Like what is it that you like?
I, they were Asian Americans first, so uh, they weren't like from the like I think what you're thinking, like a marriage bride or something.
No, not a marriage bride, but like, people come from college,
Oh,
people
Stop it.
come to work.
Not you guys. So,
well, what I think is America's a melting pot, and
Yeah.
people are people, and I'm not even a discriminative person really. A lot of people would use the word racist, but I believe everyone's under the human race. We're all the same people, but that's my beliefs, and people believe different. People believe there's a black race, there's a white race, there's the Asian race, and that's fine with me. I mean, you can believe what some people believe, that there's UFOs. Some people believe that there's you can talk to spells, make spells. Um, for me, that's cool. You can believe whatever you want. I personally don't believe in any of that, but you know, that's what it is.
But that's not, I'm not clear on that. Does that mean you you just date whoever you're connected to and you don't really
yeah.
look at race?
Yeah. No, I think so. Right?
Yeah, I'm connecting with energy.
Really? See, I don't date that way. Okay.
He plugged it in. Okay. Plugged in.
Interesting, interesting. So why live in Detroit? The Detroit area, I'm not saying it's a bad place to live, but I'm just saying, why go through winter and stuff like that?
When you're young, some people like the warmth, the warm winters. Uh, I was sort of that way, but as I got older, at my age now, I like the winter time. I could live in through the winter a whole year round without having a summer at all.
Mm. So you could live in Alaska.
Wouldn't really want to live in Alaska because I'd probably be living all by myself there, some cabin, and getting eaten up by a grizzly bear or something. But yeah, I could probably. I mean, basically, I could probably live anywhere. I could. Uh, I could mentally survive living anywhere. But where I live at, I like it. I'm comfortable. I know the area. If I want to like go to a mall, I can jump on the highway in a second. Go to a mall. If I want to go to there's a place called Mexican Village in Detroit. If I want to go, down there and eat, I can go down there and eat. We got like a Greek town. We got there's some soul food joints down there.
I love
Uh,
food. Ooh,
yeah.
God.
And so we got some different types of ethnicity where you can, dining spots. But for me, you know,
Mm.
I kind of like the Detroit area.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. So, do you think you'll have more children?
No,
That was quick. Interesting.
Why
So
not,
no.
What was
Rourke?
that?
Why not? Not that I'm not saying I want more kids. Not that I'm saying we're nothing about me. I should have just stayed out of it. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm throwing a question in there. Forget about me. I'm muting myself again. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Why
Um,
not?
Most relationships don't work out. It's a 50-50 chance.
Hmm.
There's no I don't have the a big procreate drive in me where I got to have children. I got one child. He pretty much looks just like me, uh, and I'm proud of him. So that's I mean, I'm happy with this one child. That's all I need.
Okay. So you don't have a need, but you said that relationships don't work. Why do you feel
No,
that?
no, no. I said relationships. 50% of relationships don't work, and what most people, uh, whether they want. I believe that you're going to have to work in a relationship because a lot of people, as they age, they get comfortable and they get stuck in their comfort spots. And what it is that you're letting somebody else come into your life. That's you're just getting to learn who they are, and that's for some people it works. For some people that might not work.
So then basically you date. So do you date in your age range or do you date younger or older? Like what is it that you typically date?
Typically like 3 years above, 3 years below. But what it is that's typical. But what
Hmm.
happens is, like, by going by energy, you might pick up a conversation with somebody that's older than you, someone that's younger than you, and what being a guy, try to be a gentleman. I don't really ask the women, are you well, I would ask, are you legal? But I don't ask them their age.
So you would date a 19-year-old if it makes sense.
If we, like, say we were like I was sitting down and then the conversation started and something happened, no. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Mhm. Interesting. Mhm.
Yes, this is interesting. Let's go back. So there is an age cutoff then. What's the cutoff?
Well, there isn't an age cut. What it is that
Your range.
everyone's a player in the game of love, and some
Oh,
players have.
wow. Where'd you get that from? A movie? I'm sure. Just kidding. Keep going.
I wrote you haven't read my book yet.
It's I found my list.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go
And
ahead.
so everyone's a player, and what it is that you're going to have your highs and your lows. You want to find someone who you can mix with, that you can make it last with throughout the course of your life, if that's what you want. Or you maybe you're somebody that likes more than one person at one time. For me, I'm a monogamous guy. I prefer this to be with one woman, and that's it.
Yeah, but you can do that with a 19-year-old.
I could. And here's the thing about why I said no. And I don't want to take advantage of somebody's life. And what I'm saying is that you, like, for yourself, you're going out there, you're experiencing life. I would never want to be like, uh, if I was like dating you, like, in control of that. I would want you to experience the most you can out of your life. So I actually would be wrong for you. But that doesn't mean I couldn't be a friend and kick it with you. But just to say, like, that we were gonna meet up, start dating, start banging, that would be me almost becoming a manipulator.
So it's basically, but there's some 19-year-olds that don't have the desire to do what I want to do. There's some 19-year-olds that are fine with being in the house, fine with, like an older type of man. Like, they have that older soul.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And as I listen, your energy and what it is that I believe you're on a higher level mentally. You're more mature at your age, and you're looking well. Maybe like the gentlemen that are out there at your age right now aren't at your maturity level as you, and so you have to maybe date older. But what will happen is, as you meet people, you will you will click with somebody, and you'll feel that, and then you'll know that's the person that you may want to spend your life with.
Well, right now I'm on an older kick. Right now I've been going out with older men, but I have dated men my age. I don't really have a problem with an older man as long as you know I'm passport ready. I'm fine.
And that's what, to be honest with you, that's what an older man would probably enjoy about you, is that, hey, we're going to go on vacation. I want you to lay out on the beach with me, and there's nothing wrong with that.
What
Yeah,
would be
but
the ideal date for you, Ablavi?
oh, okay. I love it all. So
Mhm.
I am a big fan of boats. I
Yeah.
am a big fan of candles. I really do like candles. I don't know why. I'm a big fan of lingerie shopping. I'm a big fan of puppies. I'm really not that difficult because I can make anything work.
Yeah.
I just don't, what I don't like in men is not having a life outside me.
Yeah, being too needy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you like blonde hair? Like, do you like a certain race, or do you like a certain hair color or height or
You
something?
know, that's changed. When I was younger, it was only black men. Then as I got older, I dated somebody Asian, which was out of the blue, but I was like, why not? Now, no. I'm not going to lie. The blonde hair is traumatizing to me
Yeah.
because I had a blonde hair roommate and
Yeah.
it took me a year to get her blonde hairs all out of my clothes.
Yeah. Right. I know. They almost
Like,
seem like hay. I mean, I don't mean to say that, but I've seen people who like they dye it too much and it gets real dry.
yeah.
I mean,
And it's
anybody's
like
hair can be
brittle.
like that. I've seen people who dye their hair too much, any color. I think it's
Yeah, if
wrong.
it's short and blonde, it's no problem. But if it's like longer, no.
Yes, exactly. And my girlfriend always like does the she'll cook, but like me, I'll put my hair up. But if you're at somebody's house and you ever seen somebody like brush their hair in the kitchen
Hmm.
and shit, and I like start freaking out. I'm like, I'll pass on anything to eat, you know?
No,
I'm
but
like,
I mean, I've done it all on first dates. I've gone to strip clubs, I've gone to restaurants, I've gone on boat rides, I've gone hiking, I've gone on a shooting range. I've done it pretty much all.
really? Nobody's
Yeah.
ever took me to a shooting. But then again, I think if they said, did I want to go to a shooting range, I don't think I'd go. But maybe I would. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'd be scary with any kind of gun.
I believe in saying yes.
Yeah. Yeah, except unless, to an extreme. Rourke, what would be your ideal date?
Of a first date,
Yep. That would make you want to call in the next day. What makes a man want to call a woman the next day? Not after having sex, but after going out on a date. What makes a man want to call her the next
it's a package deal. You have to be attracted to her. You have to have chemistry sexually and romantically. Then after that, you want to choose somebody that has a career, or hopefully a career, so that they have a chance to get away from you, and then you can come back to it.
Right. But if there's any like particular thing or statement someone can make on a first date that would make you think, oh, I don't know, what would it be? Or maybe even if there's more than one, what would, give you a red flag?
would give me a red flag if I went on a date with somebody and they
What are the worst things that a woman could say on a first date that would make a guy maybe, not like her anymore?
with everybody, it's so different. Well, with me, I would just sit there and listen to see who you're. Bye, Lovey. To see who you're dealing with.
Left?
I think so.
Oh, maybe I don't know if she did on purpose or not. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to take over. I was just asking both of your questions. I'm sorry. But maybe she's got, just, I don't know if she did or didn't. Oh, wait, she might be back here. Hold on.
Maybe
she must have just by accident. Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
What happened?
I went to answer a text and then I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I know how that is. Yeah, and I never think to just turn my volume or turn it on. I don't know. I just don't ever think of that. Like I want the text.
But let's go
Has
on
the
this.
exercise ball been working?
Yeah.
Like what? Huh?
But let's go to this younger girl thing because this is fascinating to me. Okay. So I know you say you don't have an age range, but we all have an age range we like. So like you said 19 is taking advantage. What about 25?
25, I can give you like an example. I was in my dentist and his dental assistant was 25. Hot looking girl. Mm-hmm. I was talking about moose swimming underwater and orcas hunting the moose and she's like, what's an orca? And I was like, a killer whale. She's like, oh, I don't know what that is.
That's not all 25-year-olds though, because my daughter wouldn't know what an orca is, and she's 25.
Well, so for me, 25. It would be fun to flirt with a 25-year-old, but to have a relationship, okay. And what happens is you almost will feel like you became a babysitter.
Really, 25? Okay, 30. 30, you're grown now. You've lived a little, you've partied, you've drank.
Let me flip it on you. Mm-hmm. Why do you want to, okay, not you, but here's the question. What is it that she wants to date me for? Why would a 25-year-old want to date me? A 25-year-old probably is going to be more comfortable dating men her own age, where but that goes back to it's everyone's individual choice. So, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because I like men who are financially stable. And with men my age, we get into these conversations of, oh, I don't have money to do this. Oh, can I borrow money? Absolutely not. Can we go half and half? Absolutely not. If I wanted to take care of a man, I would have had a son.
Oh, okay. I've watched your channel, mm-hmm. and I heard you, and you said if I can't pay the bills and carry the load, I'm with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And so, like, I being that you say that you want a guy that can pay those bills, and then you can go ahead and either contribute your money to the kitty or maybe keep it all yourself or whatever. That's your business. Mm-hmm. And if you find that person, if that works for you, that's cool.
I'm not saying that 50-50 can't work. However, things like you can't have a traditional. I think a lot of men my age have this ideology of they want a traditional marriage, in everything except for money, and that doesn't work. Because if I'm going to sit here and pay 50% of everything, that means that I am relying. I've always said to a woman, you should never live someplace where you can't pay all the bills if he leaves. So yes, if he leaves, I can keep up with my lifestyle. But if he's there, why shouldn't he pay the bills?
I don't have a problem. Um, I, I think when a man, not every man, but
Yeah.
when a man is with a woman, he should choose a woman who, if he wants to have children, that he wants her to be the mother of his children because he likes qualities about this woman and he wants those qualities to be into his children. And what it is that this is his partner that he wants to grow his life with. And so his wife is almost, in a way, she's almost more important than the children are, because you can always have more kids, but you can always get another wife as well. So
Yeah, true. Listen, I'm not opposed to 50-50. I just think as a woman, it is not in your best interest to do that.
well, the only thing I was saying was is that, if like you met somebody around 20, 30, or 28 to 30 years old, 32 years old, and they met you, they would want to build that life with you, move in. After a while, maybe you have a kid, and then what happens is that your life will grow together that way. If you were dating an older man, he's he he might be like have a house, he might have a retirement, he might have cash,
Hmm.
but I think in a way you're setting yourself up to be played unless you get a good lawyer, and then if a divorce were to happen, that you're taken care of.
But it's not about just money, because if it was about just money, then I would just have gone at 19, find the highest man I could find and married him, right? I still
Mm-hmm.
have to like you. And I'm not interested. Like, I'm not mad at a man in his 30s and doing that, but why should I do that if I don't have to?
One thing I have on you is experience, and with my life, never I never got married.
Hmm.
I had a few relationships that lasted a few years, and what it was is that I I could see the women that I wanted to see.
Hmm.
In a way, I have no regret. I lived a full life. If I were to, something were to happen to me, I enjoyed my life. Now, I could have married probably almost all my girlfriends, and what I'm saying is that it would have there it wouldn't be like an easy, perfect, we're gonna do life together and make it work, but it would have, I could have made it work with a few of them,
Hmm.
but I chose not to. I I do believe that in life, the most valuable thing that you have is in life is your life. The
Hmm.
next most valuable thing that you have after that is knowledge, then your health. Then what happens is you have to survive on the planet, and you want to be free, so you have to have a business to do that, and that becomes your next most valuable thing. I truly, my freedom is valuable. Like I said, as you age, you get set in your ways,
Hmm.
and you're like, if you move into a man's house, it was his house at one time, now it's going to be your house, but he's going to have feelings like, hey, this is my house. And maybe if he had a family and stuff, he might hear shit from the family. There's a lot that goes on, but you know I don't know, sometimes, like, what you say can work, and sometimes, like the way I live, I live single, and I don't mind being single. It's after a while you kind of get used to it, and it's just what it is.
Neither do I, but if I'm going to get out of my comfort of being single, it should financially benefit me.
It should, or it should benefit you in a ways where you're enjoying it. You're experiencing something in life where you're enjoying it. You're fulfilling your life.
Well, I mean, for me personally, I don't have the need to have an a child that is biologically mine. So for me, when I was going through life, that wasn't something that made marriage pressing to me. Now, if I did, I probably would have looked at it differently. But if I were to marry an older man, I'm understanding that he has built wealth before me and that he would possibly have children, and I would not be getting 50% as I would if I had built wealth with a man in the beginning. I'm aware of that.
And are you okay with, like, it's almost like so you would be okay with the trade-off of the older man kind of taking a I would say advantage of a younger woman's beauty?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But it's no different than a younger man. I mean, a younger man is interested in me in my beauty as well.
Yep, that's true.
So, I mean, if you, like I said, I've dated men my age. It's not my thing right now. Maybe it will be in a couple of years. I just like an older man right now. And I don't have a problem if his family hates me and his kids hate me, because that's his problem.
That's true, and so, you can't let that what they try to affect that, but you can't let it affect that. One thing is that as we age, what we want when we're 28, what we want when we're 38, what we want when we're 48 and 58 changes as well.
True.
Because
There's
we
always
actually,
divorce if it doesn't work out. And I
the
might not
hormones,
marry.
our body's hormones change, and we are, so we kind of adapt to our hormones. And if you look at it, do you see anyone that's like 65, 70 years old out there, banging three different people a day? You don't really see that too often.
No.
So what happens is that we slow down.
Correct. I'm not marrying anybody, but I do enjoy the company of older.
Well, what I was kind of like trying to hint to is that how you may want to take advantage of the younger man as far as sexual wise, because older man, he may bust one time a night, and that might be it for him. For who knows for the guy, but for a younger guy, at your age should be, 5, 10 times a day. You should at least be having sex 3 times a day.
Yeah, but I mean, some people, whether they're younger or older, it depends. It depends on the person's stamina and how they
The
have sex.
chemistry of the
Like if they,
relationship.
and if they've practiced like holding out till the woman's, you know what I'm saying? Like if they can control themselves, then, or some of them can just do it and then still be, erect. So I'm just saying, it doesn't matter, like, you know. It's just the person, I guess, if they're good or not. Just saying. Just my little 2 cents. Go
No,
ahead.
I get it. I've been on dates with people in their 40s. It's interesting.
thing
Yep.
about somebody in their 40s is that you're pretty much getting to see who they are. They're the young, like they call it, the young stupid days. They've got past that. If they're still making mistakes at 40, then that's who they really are, and they're a mistake maker. You make a lot of decisions in life, and if you're going to be somebody that makes bad decisions, you might be making a bad decision being with them in life.
Well, I mean, what is it about? But the same thing to you. Let's reverse it. Why aren't you enjoying a younger woman? I'm sure she'd be less demanding of a commitment since you don't want. No, this is a better question. Because you're in your late 40s, when you date women, how do you describe like a long-term relationship? Do you say, "Hey, I'm only thinking about dating for the so far future," or like because you don't want to get married? How do you give that? How do you tell them that?
Okay, so what it is that you would have a better judge of character, but anything could still happen. That person, like I said, they could change their mind and be like, you know what, I really, and after thinking about it, I want to be with somebody my age, or you're the wrong person for me. But when you're with somebody, it just you feel the right energy, and if you feel that right energy and the chemistry, you could make something with that a younger person work.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is that you are a certain age, and when you get around people of your own age, they're going to be like, so you like of course the guys would be like, oh yeah, you're tapping a young chick, but what happens is all your women friends are going to be like, come on, that's gross, and you're going to hear it from them. And what it is that it's almost like you almost got to let that go and be like, well, I can't be so choosy. What happens is, like I said, you get set in your ways, you become picky. You're like, oh no, I'm not going to put up with this shit in my life. But what happens is that in for order you to get out there in the game, you have to get your feelings hurt. And what happens is that you end up meeting people, and if there's somebody with a negative energy, it might, and you got positive, it's gonna be bad energy for you.
But like for instance, everybody has like so like say you're dating this woman and she's 28, right? When you get together, and she's 33 and you've been dating for 5 years. When is the conversation had like, hey, let's get married? Like what does a long-term dating relationship look like? Is it, oh, I'm gonna put you on my house? Like what does that look like? Because you don't want to get married.
I think you'll see the signs that she wants to build a life with you, and once you see those signs, it don't really have a time length. Then you know that that's the person that you want to go ahead and put a ring on her finger.
Mm. But you don't want to do that. You said you want you're fine with being single for the rest of your life.
Or I'm not putting myself out there on Tinder to like go and date every chick in the metro area to find out which one that I can make it work with.
Mm. Hi,
Hey,
Tommy.
Hey, Annie. I've never been one to go, and I'm one of those guys that I'm like okay being alone. I don't like need the whole woman, cleaning up after me, taking care of me, wiping my ass or whatnot. Because I guess I'm like a complete person.
Can anybody hear Miss Tommy Highway?
Yeah, you're
No, I'm having a
low.
hard time.
I'm sorry. Can
Yeah,
you hear me
really
now?
low. I can't hear him at all.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear him like really faint.
Maybe he needs to go out and then back in again.
Or maybe he's just not near the microphone or has his finger over it.
How about now?
I can hear him now.
Yeah, it's still kind of low, but I don't know. Let me see how. Yeah, my media is all the way up. But, okay, I don't know. Sexually, maybe, but I'm saying about doing things. Older men don't like to go to amusement parks and fun vacation sites. Come on, fun vacation
How,
sites. Maybe not
how
amusement
about?
parks, but I would go to Disney World. I like to
Can you hear me
frolic.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. 100%. If they're good in bed, it's hard to. She says goodness in bed. It's hard to let go, but you have to. Or she couldn't hear you before, but now she.
Oh, that's true. The thing about sex is sex wears off. I mean, then you have to have that higher level of intimacy or that understanding and compatibility. If you don't have that, then once the sex is gone, so is the relationship, i.e., my
Yeah.
marriage.
You were married?
Right. But when you get older and that sex
Long time ago.
goes, then usually it's equal, I guess, maybe. But like you gotta hope
But
it doesn't. Passion.
but wait a second. I just want to go back to the last the gentleman that was talking about. Are you talking? You're not talking about blowing 50 loads in a day, are you? Because I mean, I've never done
I'm talking about 5 to 10.
I've seen about
that.
21. 21.
That's holy shit. Like lately or
I was in my 30s and he was in his 30s. I think we're the same age. Maybe he might have been a year or two younger than me, but yeah,
well,
maybe
the
not
idea,
you, but it was a marathon day.
I don't know. I just get the woman off like a bunch of
I was the
times and then I
naughty
worry
in
about
me.
myself after that.
He was the corrections officer. I was a naughty in me. I got caught in the shower.
But no,
Stuff like
let's have
that.
this
It was fun.
conversation because Rory doesn't want to get married. Do
Hmm?
you like what do you see? Do
You
you
don't have to
want a
get married.
long-term
That puts too much
partner?
pressure on relationships.
Do I want what kind of partner,
A
Bobby?
long-term partner.
That would be the ideal. Now, what he said is that sex doesn't matter. Now, in my opinion, sex matters a lot. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that I dated a woman, and she reminds me a lot like you, and it was great sex, soft lips, great oral. And, I got treated like a king. And her the touch of her body, the relationship, it was I'll never forget that. So that matters to me. What happened is that things change, and it wasn't meant for me to like really like be in a relationship, even though it would I didn't say it like this. I was almost like your second husband.
Hmm.
I don't know. A lifetime partner at this point for me personally at 50, she'd have to be spec fucking tacular. I mean, it had to be somebody that brought something into my life that hasn't been there before. Because again, at this point, I mean, I do just fine by myself. And occasionally, you meet somebody you hang out with, let's say. Other than that, I mean, a life partner would be great. But again, I don't know if I can find that in an American model. I'll be honest with you.
Here you go again.
But
I
actually,
think
would you say that like with a Blavi, here you are, you're up on the live, you're talking to her, so you would have to have some type of interest in her to be talking with. Would you have any type of feeling for her in a romantic ways?
Well, I'm okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's obviously a very attractive woman, obviously very articulate, obviously very intelligent, all the things I really like. Um, but I don't know her that well enough to make that call. I mean,
You had a great conversation with her the first time you met her.
Yeah, I like her a lot, sure. But I mean, if you're expecting me to throw myself down and pledge my undying love at this point, I don't know if I can go there yet.
Well,
What are you driving, Blave?
A couple of weeks ago, you went out for steak dinner. Would a Blavi get a steak dinner from you?
Of course, absolutely. I'm
Well, there you go, Blavi.
yeah, I'm a very how can I say this? A very approachable person. How about that?
Mm. But do you want somebody closer to your age? Like, realistically. Like, do you
No, I
like.
don't. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'll tell you why I don't. And it's not for the reasons that you might think. Generally, I find myself attracted to younger women, but it isn't because they're younger, firmer, tighter, and all of that stuff. Because with youngness means that they don't have stability, a career, a house, and shit like that. But what I found is when I try to date women that are my own age, that they've been so, I guess, shit on is the best way to put it by every other guy in their entire life. And I walk by, and I mean, I've never done anything like that. I have a great dating resume, but I end up paying for the sins of other men because the other guys have shit
Well,
on them.
that's what you
You
say,
see what I'm
but I
saying?
think that you're codependent. Like, if you recognize that a younger woman may not have this, may not have that, may not be as secure, then I think that that makes you codependent. Like, you feel validated when someone needs you. So,
No,
because
I
I
wouldn't
think
say
a
that.
strong woman might intimidate you because you're a strong, presence, and a strong woman would intimidate you. So you think that they're jaded, and that's just how you reason with it in your
Well,
mind. But the bottom line is you're codependent.
honey, you're a strong woman. I'm head over heels in love with you.
Yeah,
So,
you got
no,
all.
it's not that. It's in fact, if
Mm,
anything, I'm less codependent than most other men because again, I don't have to have somebody sticking out of my ass all the time. Like my buddy Derek, guy I've known for shit 25 years. His wife left him after 24 years. That they
mm-hmm.
got together when they were young. The kids turned 18, left the house. And she decided she didn't want to be married anymore. What did he do? Let me tell you. I mean, he's not a bad looking guy or anything. And he goes out and he finds literally the first woman that walks up in a bar who happens to
Mm-hmm.
have 5 fucking kids,
Because
no
he's
career, no
codependent,
job,
or maybe
no
he's a
no
loser.
no anything, and is currently separated from her fucking husband. And he goes and he marries this woman. Now I'm not saying I don't like this person. They married. I do like the woman, but the fact of the matter is, I mean, you're talking about 5 young kids, or six. I'm sorry, 6 young kids, and a woman that absolutely cannot make any money whatsoever. So what a hell, that's one hell of an anchor.
You
In
know
fact,
what?
that's a
Let's
bunch of
talk about
anchors.
that. Because I've always wondered that for men. Is a woman's career really that much of an issue? Like, is a woman who has no desire to work a turnoff?
For
Well,
me, I
um,
have no issue.
kind of. Go ahead.
I have no issue what she does for a living. Uh, so if she's the governor of the state, I guess I'm the first man of the state.
But I
Oh, dude,
mean,
you're
like
the
the
first lady, home.
opposite. Like, I mean the opposite. Like, if you meet a woman and
Thank
her
you, Tommy.
only desire is to be a
Where'd Tommy
homemaker.
go?
Oh, I don't know. Is that an issue?
Rourke.
Was
I didn't hear.
what an issue? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
I said, if you with a woman and her only desire is to be a homemaker, is that an issue?
If I'm with a
Mm.
woman and her only desire is to be a homemaker, no,
Yeah.
it's not an issue at all.
Interesting. But do you like, how to
She's
say
not
it?
going to work forever. She's going to have to retire one day. And then what happens is after she retires, we're going to have to deal with each other. And that's when you see if you really, really love each other, because then you're with each other 24/7.
So you don't care what she does. Like, what if this woman isn't, like, can you date somebody that's not as intelligent as you? Can you date a woman who's maybe very vain and very, like, she's nice, but she's just not very articulate in what she's saying, and she just may be a little bit more simple?
Can I date a woman like that? Yes, but not happily.
Why not?
I'm gonna have.
I
It would be
thought
my
I was
problem, but
muted.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna have
I was laughing
issues
at
about
myself.
her issues.
Interesting. And okay, so on the opposite side, could you date a woman who was more intelligent than you, who was very, very intelligent, who was a lot smarter than you, and she had
It
accomplished a
was
lot more than you?
amazing.
Again, I would have no problem with it. It would be her problem because she would be the smarter one and putting up with me and my shit.
I tell you, I when I was married, I married a fucking idiot. I'm talking about, I married the kind of woman that, I mean, would throw water on an electrical fire. I mean, the dumbest. She just cannot possibly make good decisions. And after that experience, and it was only 5 years of my life, 25 years ago, I had this like little intelligence test that I sort of put women through after this. And like we go out on dates and stuff, and I just ask certain questions, and I just like slip them in there. They don't know this is happening, but I do that. And I do that not to belittle anyone or anything like that, but I'm just trying to figure out if this person is going to be intellectually compatible with me or not. I think that's fair.
But do you think that maybe you're like, for instance, if you were to talk to me about tools or any type of survival
I
skills,
dated a tool.
I would be the dumbest person. Like, we all have our areas.
Well, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's why you have a relationship, because a relationship, in my mind anyway, is supposed to be like two people bring not only their love for each other together, but their skill set together, and they join in together as a team, and then they do their whatever they do after that, you know. And to me, that's what a relationship is all about. It's like a teamwork thing.
But so, like, Tommy, can you date a woman who's a lot more intelligent than you?
Oh, hell yes. In fact, I would love to meet one. I just can't fucking possibly imagine that. Sorry, no offense.
Oh my God! See, that's why you can't meet a woman.
Sorry.
Right there. That's why.
Sorry.
That's why.
I'm just being look. I'm just my experience at that point. I would love to have a woman that is equal to me. I would love that, and I've had those before. I have, but none of them were American. Sorry.
Well, where were they from?
Philippines.
France. No, France and Japan.
Talking about that French dominatrix.
France, Japan.
Yeah, and she wasn't a dominatrix. Exactly.
Well, but maybe you should date like in a different league, right?
I'm not the kind of guy that I'm not out there looking for anybody. I'm not looking for a relationship. I mean, I understand that I just turned 50 and I'm a little bit freaked out because, I'm getting older. But that being said, I mean, I just don't, I don't feel the need to have, if she's not right, I don't want her with me, because then she's just a liability. Because anybody that comes into my life at this point is going to be an asset to me, not a liability, in every conceivable way. That makes sense. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's cold-blooded, but it makes sense.
Well, it's honest, is what it is. It's just, I'm not expecting to meet anybody that actually fits my mold exactly that I'm looking for. I'm not stupid. That's not going to happen. But somebody's going to have to get pretty close at this point.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. So if an American woman is not what you want at this time period, what country more aligned with the culture you want in a spouse?
I would say any other culture other than America would be just fine. I'll be honest with you, honey. How can I say this and not sound like a jerk? Sorry. How can I say this and not sound like a jerk? I honestly think that, I'm a world traveler. I've been all over. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I remember somebody told me something the first time I left the country. He said, now listen, this old guy named Stan I used to work with, He said, now listen, the first time you land in another foreign airport, you get off the plane, you get into the airport, look around you and tell me what you see. And I didn't know what he meant. I really didn't. So I got off the plane and I started looking around, and I'm looking at all of these fucking fantastic, beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and they're all like working in unison and things. And you know what? They're not. And again, I don't want to sound like a jerk, and I've been drinking, so. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, the American female should be very, very, I mean, on her fucking knees, grateful for what she has. Because the truth of the matter is, there are a lot of women out there that are frankly not that have better genetics. Let's put it that way. That would give anything they have to come here and take her place.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because I take it that you're into a woman who is fit, correct? That's the aesthetic
Yes,
you
ma'am.
like.
Sure.
And I'm taking it you like a woman who is more not feminine. Practices hypergamy.
I don't know if I go necessarily that far, but what I'm looking for is like a teammate, like somebody that I don't even know how to explain that, but someone that I absolutely click with, someone that'll watch my back and know that I have hers. You know?
Okay.
And
but when you talk about these other women, you see the best in them, right? Like, you don't see the issues that they have. When you're going on vacation, you see the best of these countries. You don't see the worst.
I wasn't exactly on vacation in Ablave, honey. I promise I've seen some of the worst places.
Well, I mean, but like when I go, I do see that women are different in different countries. I will agree with that. I see, particularly with Eastern European women, they tend to be thinner.
Yep.
They tend to be a lot more hypergamous. They tend to be very accomplished in what they have.
Speak 5 or 6 different languages.
Yeah. But they also have this thing about them that they tend to be rude, in my opinion. But that could be because I'm an American.
There could be a lot of different reasons for anyone, I guess, thinking that or whatever, and they are different. There's no question about that.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I say like they have this, like, people call it being, and I'm brash, so I know it. People call it saying it what you mean, but they're saying it what you mean, and there's being rude. And I find with a lot of them, it's just being rude.
I just don't want to offend anybody. I really don't. I'd love to just speak my mind on this one, but I'm not going to. But what I will say is that when it comes to, let's say, European women, okay, I remember, and I will never ever forget this shit. I'm laying in bed with this girl. This is 25 some odd years, 20, almost 25 years ago, exactly. Actually,
Hi,
I'm laying in bed with this French woman, and we're in Europe. And she turns to me, and she says this damnedest thing to me. She said, "What is it even like? I mean, how can you even close your eyes and sleep around an American woman?" And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" She said, "Well, the only thing American females are really concerned about is death and destruction." And I'm like, "Okay, what do you mean by that?" And she says, "Well, their only political agenda is their abortion." And you know something? I didn't have a fucking comeback on that one.
But
I didn't have a comeback.
But this is the thing that you can say about her. Her men have not created the society ours have. Like, it's cool to say what's wrong with the American woman, but these women are living in a society where they cannot date men in their society, because typically in most society men go for the best of their every like Frenchmen are going to go for the best French woman, and then the others, the ones who are less desirable or who they deem not attractive to other men, right? But the American men is typically on the highest totem pole based on wealth and money and stuff like that. But what I found with, like, if I cut Europe into pieces, I find that I find them to be very interesting because I find them to be very similar to the American woman. I just find the way that it unravels is different.
I guess the way I could really describe it is that if I really had to put what's different between a European woman or an Asian woman for that matter versus an American woman, I would say is the degree of gratefulness that they have. Like a German woman comes here, and I dated one here a few years ago. Just she's like awed by our society. I mean, just so happy to
Right, but
be here. Just happy.
are you dating complimentary? Like, I've dated internationally, and I refuse to date somebody that's not complimentary in my society as in theirs. So if I date only doctors in America, I'm only going to date doctors in other societies. I find with a lot of men, you date down or you date not the equivalent to American woman. Like, do you date the compliment when you date? So like, if you're dating American models, do you then date Asian models? Like, are you dating the compliments?
No, you can't. I wouldn't say that because it's a totally different thing. So you have to understand something about the American female. And again, I don't mean to offend, but I am going to be just brutally honest about this. The American female can walk around 60, 70, 80 pounds overweight and scream that she doesn't have enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she doesn't have enough. And one of the things that gets me about American like equality with females, American women are always screaming about equality. Okay, well, you want equality, that's great. Did you take your fucking ass down to the post office at the age of 18 and register for the draft like I did? No. Okay, well, there's a real good way you can show that you want equality right there. They don't, but it's not what, in my opinion, and I'm not saying all American females,
Mm-hmm.
but in my opinion, I believe that the American female does not want equality. She wants special treatment. And I don't know if she's worthy of it, is where I'm at with it, I guess. That makes any sense.
What I don't understand about that is you came out of a woman. So if you respect yourself, you would want the best respect for that woman.
Well, not necessarily. My mother and I are not, we're polar opposite people. I don't particularly care for that person. That being said, hang on. That being said, I have been adopted by every other woman that I've ever known. I mean, when Mother's Day, like was last week, I had 6 different cards go out. None of those went to my biological biological.
I know, but
mother.
you're missing her point. Her point is, if you respect yourself, then you would just respect a woman, regardless of who it was in your relationship with them now, because you'd be so grateful for being alive.
Well, I'm not saying that
so maybe you're the one who's not grateful enough.
No. If I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm very grateful for that person. But that's the thing. In order for me to get it,
you can't go from a blanket statement to women, all women, and then go back to, oh, if I'm with, you have to be grateful. Like the day that you saw the women in the airport, beautiful. It's because you were looking through with different eyes. People can see things in a different way if they will themselves.
You can say that, or you could also, that's one way of putting it, of course, but you could also put it that I actually saw what, frankly, real women are supposed to look like at that point.
In your mind's eye. That's why we all don't date the same person, because we all have different,
it was quite a shock for me, I'll be honest with you. So that's my point, though. What I'm saying is that in order for me to get involved with anybody at this point, they're going to have to do something to excite me like no one else has. Otherwise,
let's get into that, because you bring up a lot about women and about intelligence level and stuff like that. Does your mother not have an intelligence level that you don't respect? And maybe when you find a woman that may not be as articulate, you see your mother in her?
No, actually, I would have to say, and I really almost hate to admit it, to be honest with you, but my mother's actually one of the more intelligent American females that I've ever met in my lifetime. Also, probably one of the best female drivers I've ever met, for that matter.
So what
I'll
is it
give her
about that
props, but
that you don't like? Like, what is it about her that you find difficult?
well, honey, that's a long story that I don't really want to talk about online.
Okay.
But just saying that, yeah, let's just say that we don't. I see a lot of what's wrong with the American female in my own mother. I guess I see the arrogance, because my mom is super awesome, hot, okay, and she
Mhm.
always has been. She's been
Mhm.
a 10. She's 70 years old, and she's still a solid 8. Okay,
After you pop
Okay.
out, you
and
can't pop back in.
I'm sorry.
After you pop out, you can't pop back in.
No, I agree. God, nor would I want to. I'm out. I'm out there. I'm loving every minute of it.
No, but
But
this is interesting. So your mother is essentially, like, I don't want this to sound nasty, but an ideal woman for you in terms of if she like how she looks, her intelligence level.
I would have to say that I prefer tall brunettes like my mother. I guess I would say that. My mother would be, I'm sure she would be a fantastic person if somebody were to have sucked her brain out, 65 years ago and replaced it. She might be just fine. But that being said, you just, I'm not looking for my mother. I'm certainly not looking for that. And again, I mean, I've got a bunch of different mothers, so that's kind of a subjective thing for
But
me.
when you look at psychology's report, it says more than likely you're going to date somebody like your parents. So I am more likely to date a man that has attributes of my father, and you are
Okay.
more than likely going to date a woman that reminds you of your mother. Unless the
That might
relationship is broken upon repair, then you would go for
that
the
might be
opposite.
true. I might end up dating someone like my mother at some point, if not for the fact that I do have a 357 Magnum that I can wrap my lips around anytime I want to. So
Mhm.
no, I go for some. I understand how psychology looks at that, and I get it, and you're right.
Mhm.
But I look for something completely opposite of that. It's not
Listen,
even,
I'm not mad
yeah.
at you for what you're saying. I just I wonder if, like, we all have a realm of possibilities. Like, granted, you could be dating the hottest Victoria's Secret model, and it's a possibility, right? But it's more than
Sure.
unlikely. But when you go and you use your American passport in another area, you might do better. Is that maybe part of the reason why you find American women a little bit more difficult?
I know that if I date a foreign female, she's not going to have the American female hang up. And there's a bunch of them that you all do share, to be perfectly honest. And again, don't mean to offend, but I'm just saying. And I feel like when I'm
Well,
dating
what is
someone
it
that's from
that
a,
we share? Because I really do want to know.
well, again, it's the whole ungrateful thing. It's the whole I'm entitled. It's the whole, oh, wait a second, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that. And frankly, that's the American female attitude, in my opinion.
But what is the entitlement? Like, what
I don't,
is a woman?
that's the thing.
Use me.
That's the thing, because a woman never knows how to answer that question. And that's what, I mean, I've been there before. I'm like, well, wait a second. You have, look at this wonderful country that's been made for you, been created for you
Mm-hmm.
by American males. I don't care what color they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at this society that's been created for you. And and you ask the American female, I mean, she wants more. She's always wanting something more. The grass is always greener for this person, and it's just not like that with Europeans or Asians. They're just damn happy to be here and part of the society, and that's what turns me on about them more than anything else.
But what it? No, but use me, because, like, I'm not going to get offended. What is
Hmm?
it? I know you don't know me well, but what is
Hmm?
it about me that like, what is my American entitlement that bothers you?
Oh, I don't know you personally, and I'm not saying that you. I'm not when I speak, and
No,
I'm
no, no.
speaking
I'm not
general terms
saying
here.
that, but I'm saying you can use me because I'm not going to get offended, and I
Okay,
wasn't
you
going
wanted
to.
to. Okay. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. Um, American females have been fighting the military in court for decades
Mm-hmm.
over getting into a combat role. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
finally, they get their wish. Now they can fight in combat, even though we all know that American women have no fucking business fighting in combat. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want her watching my back. That being said,
Oh, wait a minute. You can't. Yeah, but you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, I don't see them going down there, signing up for the draft. and then you say we all know that
No.
American women can't fight in combat. You can't have a vote
Right.
like that.
No. They fought for the right to fight in combat. They did that. But then if you go and you look at the polls for American women, how do they think they should be drafted? It's an overwhelming, like 90-something% no. Okay. And you can actually go look that up. All right. So just because the American female she's screaming for equality. I want to be equal to the men. I want to be equal to the men. But when you give them a poll like that, like, oh, you may have to go and fight in a fucking war, they don't want to go there by like 90-something%. Okay. I mean, not even close. That's part of the entitlement right there. The Israeli
said I want
females.
to be equal to men. In fact, I've said that if I was in a burning building and they sent up a ladder, it better be a guy fireman they send, because they send a 110-pound firefighter up from a female to carry me down. I don't know if I'm going to feel safe.
But that's probably going to happen to you now.
So you're saying, but your blanket statement saying that all women are feminists, but we're all not.
Oh, I'm not saying all women are feminists.
Is that your issue, though?
Is it the
I'm sorry, babbling with bobbles. What was that?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really bobbles. I'm really not into the blow up thing. Okay, let me put it that way.
So, is your issue feminism? Is that what you don't like?
No, I'm just simply stating that the American female walks around and to me, she seems entitled and she doesn't know what she wants. She's all fucked up, and I've dated too many of them to be able to know that.
No, so, but I'm saying, like you said the military, right? And that's like a small group who would like even goes into it. So like the issues, like what is the main issue? Like what is this equality? Because what you sound like you don't like is feminism or some aspects of feminism.
It's not about feminism. Again, it's about I want equality. I want you to be equal to me. I really do. But at the end of the day, I want you to be equal to me. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And that's why you need to take yourself.
You're the one bitching about equality, and it's not the women.
No, you're always bitching about equality, frankly. It's like constant. It's like all the time. Chatter. Oh, I'm equal. I want this. I want. And the American female wants. And that's the thing. She just wants. I want. But she doesn't know what she wants.
But there's something that we want as American females that you don't like. Is it that American females think that men can't provide them for the lifestyle they want? Like, what is it about us wanting that bothers you?
It's just your attitude. It's the double standard, and there is one. There absolutely, and that we just talked about one right there. The whole draft thing. That's a great double standard right there. You've got women that it really is, and I mean that's something.
Is it like so? For instance, there are women who do want equality to a man. There are also women in American society who do not. There are women who are very traditional, who are very much not wanting just to be somebody's wife. So I'm not really sure the entitlement you say we all have, because not every woman even thinks about war. Like, I need you to give me a more general example.
Okay, let's see here. There are a lot of different examples of why there's a definitely a definite double standard between men and women in this country. I mean, give me a break. Like, okay, let me give you another one. You get pregnant with a child, right? Let's just assume you get pregnant. Okay. Now, did you get pregnant on your own?
No.
Or did you didn't, did you? So you had to have a male sperm to be able to impregnate your egg. Is that right? So somehow, but it's your body, your choice, and the man has absolutely no say in that whatsoever, even though half of the being growing inside of your body happens to be his. Right?
But men don't have a problem with abortion.
No, that's not true. I have a big problem with abortion. I have a serious problem with abortion when the American female has literally 18 different forms of birth control to choose from and can't, for some fucking reason, navigate that. And now she has to go out and end a human life. Well, I have a bit of a problem with that.
But again, if you don't want children, that's a self.
Then don't blow your load in them.
If you're a man and you do not want children, you can get a vasectomy at any age.
Oh, and you know what? And that
Did he go again?
That was it.
Wow.
Oh,
I did enjoy that conversation, though.
He'll come back. I was enjoying it too.
I was. I really
He'll come
want to
back. It
know what
wasn't
this
like he did.
is.
I didn't think so. I think maybe he just did. He say he was leaving? No, he's back.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out.
Bye,
What?
Rourke.
Out.
Bye.
All right, mine in the room then. You're not gonna leave, right? I mean, not the
Sorry, I keep getting knocked off. I don't know what's going on. This is the first time I've ever done it for my tablet, so it's probably why.
No, but
Oh,
let's
okay.
discuss this. Like, if a man doesn't like you can't put having children on anybody but yourself if you do not want them. Correct? Like, that's an
You have 8.
individual.
If I had more than one form of birth control available other than doing something to permanently alter myself, sure, I would agree with you. But
No.
again,
But if you don't
then
want
again, hang
children,
on. The American female has lit, and again, I want to make sure I'm very clear with this. 18 different forms of birth control to choose from.
correct.
Now,
So
help
put
a
a
brother
condom
out, will
on
you?
him, and you don't think he uses
But
it.
Yeah,
then
well,
again,
maybe I don't want to do that.
but then you want children.
No, I don't want children.
No,
But I
you
expect
do,
no.
because it's
What I'm doing here.
99.9.
See, this is what I'm talking about. What I'm doing here is I'm actually putting something called responsibility on the female. I mean,
No,
I'm
and
saying,
I
listen,
agree with that.
well, hang on, now let me finish. Since you have 18 different fucking forms of birth control to choose from,
Listen to
why don't
me.
you
I
pick
have
one?
one child. Listen, but see your blanket statement and getting off bought her about because the reason why is because you think it's all women. But it's not all women. I raised a very productive citizen in society, and I only had one child that I could afford. So, I mean, seriously,
Okay,
I
okay,
mean,
I don't know
everybody
why
isn't
that.
all about that shit.
No, but
No, that's great.
this is the issue, though, right? Most children, when a woman gets pregnant, most children will be raised by that woman. If you're, as a woman, getting pregnant, whether we want to admit it or not, there's a possibility of raising that child alone. So, although in a perfect
Nobody comes up
society,
on
I would agree with you that yes, a man should be given, he should be a thought. But when you have a society that mostly women are raising children, you're going to have the kind of society you do because there are so many men that refuse to raise their children.
I don't know anybody like that. Everybody that I know that has kids, they raise their kids. They were
Correct,
both parents were present, and I don't know that. So
but it
I
is
mean,
but if you look at the
Where did
statistics,
Miss Pablos go? She came in and then she left. Where'd she go?
even if you look at the statistics, like, you can see that
It wasn't?
there's a lot of single mothers
Oh my
with
god.
no
Did
father
anybody like
involvement.
inform on me then? I don't know. Okay. Sorry, you guys keep talking.
I'm not saying that a woman should. I think that women should be very careful who they sleep with because pregnancy is a real issue, and they should
sure.
be very selective in the
Yep.
relations they have with men. But again, if I do not want children, I am not going to allow anybody to give me a child when I don't want it. If I truly didn't want children, I would have had my tubes tied because I did not want children. That the responsibility of having a child is on the self. If you have the fertilizer to fertilize somebody and you don't want children, you need to make sure that that's not a possibility.
Okay, so what you're saying then, if I'm getting this correctly, I need to go and take myself and have myself permanently surgically altered because a woman can't navigate again one of 18 different forms of birth control. That's what you're saying. You
No,
want me to go
I'm
get
saying
myself cut
correct.
permanently making sure that I can never have children again because again, this woman is, she can't figure out one of
No,
again
it's
18
not
different
about the
forms of birth
woman.
control.
It's about you. It's because you don't want
It's
any
not though.
children.
That's
But
not fair because when women come over here to try to fuck
Maybe
me
you
all
guys
the
should
time.
switch the subject or
Okay,
something. I don't know. There's a
so
lot
I
to
mean,
digest.
it's not fair. You're saying that you're making this come out and sound like men just want to go out and have sex with women and women don't want to have sex with men. Well, that's
I'm
not the
not saying
case. At
that.
least,
But I'm saying if the issue you're having as a man is not wanting children, it is on you, the person that does not want children, to make sure that does not happen. Like, and I'm saying the same thing for women. If you are a woman and you truly do not want children, you should get your tubes tied. I'm putting the accountability on both.
I just think that that's a little bit extreme when we have, again, 18 different forms of birth control that a female can use for
Right,
birth
but
control.
it's 99.9. There are people that have been on birth control and gotten pregnant.
Sure, but again, it's 99.9, and I like those odds.
But no, too, it depends on your weight. It depends on a lot of things. Sometimes other medications can counteract it. So if you don't want children and that's the goal, like if you made that decision and you believe you don't want children, whether you are male or female, you need to take permanent steps in not having them.
Well, again, so what I guess what we're saying is that if we decide to have sex, that we both have to go and get surgically altered so that we make sure that we can't have children. And I'm sorry, I can't get with you on that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if, for instance, if I didn't want children.
See, but hang on, whoa.
Well,
Babbling with Bobbles. I'm sorry. What was that? Hang on a second. Let's go to this Babbling with Bobbles comment. I'm sorry, Babbling with Bobbles. Why would you say that? I'm just being honest about how I feel. I can't have a conversation without being insulted by you again? Huh? Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry, and I tagged it. Oh my God, I'm even worse. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Oh my God.
Let's not talk about huge bobbles, okay? Let's not use the huge word.
Let's not do that.
Come on, Tommy. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'm not going to take that crap from this bitch again. Fuck her.
All right, okay. I know, but
easy.
Just like you said that, like you had a little bit to drink tonight, so you might be coming.
No, I don't care. I'm not putting up with that crap. I've taken her insults enough.
Put up with that. You just heard that. I'm not making you put up.
Oh, but no. Well, I tell you what, Babbling Bobbles, you got anything intelligent to say to me at this point? Like an apology, maybe?
Okay.
Let's just be calm.
Because that makes people leave my channel and stuff if there's arguing. Can't we just like move past? I get it. You guys have a beef.
Wow, I'm tired of that hog.
That's why I'm saying, why can't we just change the subject? You know what I mean?
Yeah, can we please calm down and be respectful?
Can we play? Yeah, can we just?
Yep, I can do that.
Stop it! Don't do that.
That's not nice.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, ladies. Well, since I've been insulted and offended, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Have a great night.
You don't have to feel that way. You know that I didn't see that, so you're just taking it out on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know. I just wanted it to be a different subject. Is all I was saying. I don't know.
I thought we were having a very good conversation.
I thought so too, and I just, oh my God, I don't know. I think I think I'm gonna like privatize this video, or unless Spaceman wants to come up. Spaceman, do you want to come up? Or Rourke, or anybody, Babbles. I mean, but don't bash. That's not bad.
Ooh, I can't believe they're still fighting.
Are they fighting in the chat room?
No, but
they're both mods. I just want to do that. I might not start watching it anyway. I don't know.
So based on Rorik, he's telling me I need to get a young guy.
Right. Who's fighting? I don't see any fighting.
No, I said Rorik told me I need to get a young guy. Maybe I'll try somebody under 25.
I dated somebody that was 11 years younger than me. We were together for 3 years.
And how was?
Hell no. I feel too scared. Oh, stop it, Spaceman. Come on, somebody's here. Hold on. I hope it's nobody gonna yell. I hope it's the real one. Please, no porn bombing. Okay. All right, you guys. Now he's all mad at me. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Who's mad at you?
Tommy, probably. And I'm just saying, I get it that I don't even agree with what the stuff he was saying. You know what I mean? But I'm saying that I just don't want to. I don't want anybody arguing like that. He got a little mad, and I hope that he realizes that if he listens back to the live stream, that he said himself that he had a little bit to drink today. So I don't know if, after that statement, if he had a little more. So maybe, hopefully, he'll kind of realize it ever did.
Bobbles, you being so feisty today.
I know. I see.
Yeah, but I'm going to take Rourke's advice.
What happened to Rourke? Why is he doing that? Rourke, you must be hitting the thing wrong. What happened?
I'm going to take his advice and date somebody under 25.
And he says, I'll go up in the shot in a second, so I'll not be able to stay up long. Well, that's okay, but yeah, I know, but I know he was being a little
Nasty.
I
How you doing, spaceman?
I know. I said, somebody come up so that we can talk about something else. Or so anyway, Bob's live stream last night was wicked fun. I thought at the end of the night was so funny. You there, Bobby?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, here's Mr. Rourke.
Ooh.
Is it really Mr. Rourke?
Is it
Mr.
Hi.
Rourke?
How you doing?
good?
Why don't you do Rita for her?
What the fuck was that? Who the fuck?
Why don't you go ahead on Max? Who's putting
Well,
us down? No more dork. Okay.
Rourke, I'm going to take your advice and go out with somebody under 25.
Wait, no, wait, whoa. Listen,
No.
I don't want to give advice. My advice is not giving advice. I said a lot of things I think about. Don't when you find the right person that you say that you're physically attracted to, you think that they got something going on in their life and that you might want to go ahead and kick it with, date that person. Remember
but
what
you said open my options to somebody younger because you said an older man isn't satisfying and that a younger man is very satisfying. That's what you said.
sexual? I meant sexually. You're more at a mental age level where you're beyond your age. So what it is that are you going to be? It might be you might when you date somebody your age, you might be babysitting.
Yeah, sometimes.
So you have to. That's for you to judge and for you to decide.
It's interesting. So, but it would be interesting to see because I've never dated younger. So it'd be interesting to see.
Look for somebody that's younger, that's shooting to be a governor, a president, somebody that's not thinking about going out and
No more arguing in the live stream, please. Not you guys, but I was talking about the chat.
No, I mean, but it would be nice and fun to be with somebody who was. I would just want to see what's the difference because I think the last time I dated somebody in the 20s, I think I was like 20.
it's when you think about it though, I mean, be honest with yourself. When you think about dating a 20-year-old, are they going to be able to get in the bar?
Well, not 20, but I mean like I haven't dated somebody in the 20s since I was 20.
No, what I'm going to tell you is that if you dated girls, a young girl in her 20s might be more mature, but a male, no, a male's going to be immature. He's going to be in his glory years of his physical prime. And what it is that you haven't like somebody, you haven't seen who they are yet because they're so young. So I may advise for you not to date somebody younger, maybe a few years older than you, but not too many years older than you.
And what's too old?
If you're 28, I would go maybe 33.
33?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't dated somebody that long in a while. Okay.
All right, you guys, just stop arguing in the chat room. Please. Go ahead, you guys.
No, 33. What about 38?
you have to have they have to have the conversation. Like when I was on your channel, I seen how you were talking about the things that you were interested in, Ben and Jen, social media going on, how things like on TMZ. So what it is if the guy has none of that in common, and you see those signs, he's not going to be the right one for you. And it doesn't really matter the age. But you know,
but men are not into that. My channel is mostly women, so that's like venting with women.
Believe it or not, men have to be around women. What else is there? If
No, I think there's a generational thing not being in. So some of those things you just said, I don't even know what they are.
No, like we talk about celebrity gossip, but like I don't really do that even when I'm dating a man. Like I have it two separate. With my female friends, we talk about gossip. And then with my male friends, we talk about like football, we talk about beer and stuff like that. So I have like two different.
Okay, so what it is though is that a man has to know everything about. See, that's my job, is to learn everything about you, pick up all the signs on who you are, to make sure that not only are you the right fit for me, that I'm the right fit for you.
Well, I mean, I don't really have a problem. Like, I enjoy.
Isn't he sweet? Isn't he sweet?
Yeah, I enjoy older things, but I do like my separates. Like, I like my female friends and us to gossip, and and then I like my boyfriend separate.
Well, here this could work for you, is that you got your own apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You could date a guy that has his own place, and then when you want to be with him, you go there, and then when you want to, your own private time, free time, you go back to your apartment.
Yeah. But I've never had somebody that like I let in my whole world.
Okay, so what it is that's what falling in love's about. Remember how I said sometimes to get back out there, you have to have your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
So that's about putting it out there. Being when we're talking about things to look for in a man.
Stop with the mudslinging.
My first, my advice would be a guy that doesn't lie, an honest guy. Right there, a guy named Lee Thomas, a gentleman, very nice, very kind to everybody. Whenever I seen him in chats, he's always nice.
Yeah.
Now, what the thing about it is that how many Lee Thomases are there out there? And that's what you got to do, is you got to go find that one in the bunch.
Lee Thomas. What a nice thing to say. He told me that. He said, who I think the nicest guy is on YouTube is Lee Thomas. Isn't that nice, Lee?
Yeah. I just enjoy, my older men, I do. I like an older man. I like how he looks, how he smells.
Yeah, what Bible said though. So no, not that. Okay, let's get that. Okay. All right, no, not that. Okay. I like my alone time. That's a good.
Yeah. I like my alone time. I like drinking. I like, playing with my friends.
Yeah, with nobody else.
Your toys? No. If you're with the right man, you don't need toys.
Well, no. Toys are good to introduce. Saying just using. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Interesting. But 33? So you were saying 33 to what? Like 25? Jesus.
Here's the thing. You're gonna always age. You're never gonna get younger.
No.
So if you can find a guy that's 25, remember you can capture always have 3 years of his prime. That means that the sex that you're gonna be getting in those prime years are gonna be the best sex out of your whole entire life. Should be, maybe not, but and what it is that there's a difference between sex and love. And then that's another thing, is that people are all looking for, but you really want to look for love.
I'm not fulfilling your fantasy, spaceman, telling you about when I'm alone and toys.
When I'm alone, I have a good time. But no, I'm saying like it's interesting because like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a younger man. I just, I'm enjoying an older man right now. Yeah.
You're dating somebody, so you're dating somebody.
No. I am newly single, but I have been having a man in his 40s that's entertaining me. Let's say it like that.
Oh, is that the one who buys you the kitchen appliances?
No, he's
Oh,
actually 37.
yeah,
The one
that's
that buys
fine.
me the kitchen appliances, but I just don't like him.
Right, I got you. He's trying to win you over, trying to make himself
That's
an
another
invite to dinner.
Yeah, that's another thing. Why do some men not think no is no? Like, why do some men think that you're going to mysteriously catch feelings for them?
Why does
Rourke,
some men think you're going to catch feelings for them?
Yeah. I've been very clear with this man. I told him, no, it's not going to happen. Da, 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 da. And he just won't get the hint.
That's with that individual. That's the way it is. He's showing you that he thinks that maybe there's a chance for a relationship still there, and he's not listening to you and understanding that you don't want a relationship with
no
him.
more mudslinging in the chat room, really. Come on, you guys, really. Next comment. Come on, you guys, please. I don't want to have to end this live stream, and I really don't want to have to make it private because people are gonna. I wish Tommy and Bobbles would both remove their mudslinging comments because I don't want to have to make a whole 2-hour video private, and I don't feel like having people out there saying that this is how my mods act with each other. Hi, Paranormal. So if you could just please see it in your heart to remove those comments, I'd appreciate it.
I was thinking of Blavi is you live in my favorite city in the world.
Mm.
And what it is that maybe it's hard with the fast pace of the city life, maybe it's harder to get to know people. Like maybe like in the Midwest, if you met some guy from the Midwest, that maybe you might like, it's the big fish in the small pond, and maybe you need to get out of the city and date around and maybe see if that works for you.
But I'm happy with what I'm doing. I get
Okay,
up.
well, then don't do that. Keep what you're doing.
But it's interesting that you think, but like, say, for example, I were with somebody my age, right? And let's say it worked out. We got married. We had children. But the attraction I have from older men is just not going to go away.
Well, as a wife, you're not gonna. You can always, with the man you're with, you could be like, hey, I'm attracted to other guys. It just is a natural thing. They might not be so cool with it. They might get jealous and bitchy, but that's the way. Everyone's single. I mean, let's take for instance, I talked to SG, and then she talks to a lot of guys on YouTube. I don't look at it like where I'm jealous.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
But aren't you? But you're not dating anybody, right?
Nope.
And is that because of the virus, or do you just not have a need to go out and meet anybody?
Well, after thinking about it, both.
Okay. So you don't you don't enjoy going out for dates and meeting somebody new and figuring out how they are?
I think when people go for that first date, it's a lot of fakeness. And like say I put a profile up on Tinder, I would feel like, we're gonna go to dinner. I'm gonna be the next guy taking you to dinner, drinks or something, see how the conversation goes and see if I score or not. That's not like really what I would want to do in a date, because it's almost like you're not really getting to know that person like you wanna.
But I mean, isn't being under somebody the best way to get to know somebody?
I don't know. I've never been under somebody, so
I'm just
I
saying,
guess
like, there's different relationships, right? There are people like you're in love with. There are people you lust with. There are people who you just meet. Like, you're old enough. I'm sure you've had a vacation trip. I'm sure, you go to a new city, you meet new woman. Like, do you ever get lonely or, want female companionship?
that's the one question. I'm not lonely. I'm
Okay.
alone. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely at all. And what it is that if I was lonely, I think that you would, like, just in my case, I would carry those harbored feelings and be lonely in the next relationship. Or if I got bored, or just the relationships fizzled out, I would be like, oh, I'm lonely again. So for me, I'm not lonely. I keep myself entertained. I can laugh at my own jokes, and I'll do fine.
But I'm saying, like, when's the last time you were in like a relationship?
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. It was a quick one,
Okay.
but
Because you say you don't sleep around. So that's what I'm asking. Because, like, you have needs.
when I was okay, remember there's pools, and what it is that when you're in a high school, not many people sleep out of that high school pool unless they're sleeping with some guy that went to college, and maybe that's one way. But what it is that you're pretty safe in those pools.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so what it is that when I was in that pool, I at that age in my life, and I'm not gonna lie, I can call myself a hoe, but I used to have a lot of girlfriends, and actually at times in my life, I could pull off having sex with 3 different women in a day.
Mm.
He's a slut. I'm just kidding, Mark. Just kidding.
But I'm saying, like, like, not being lonely, but like, I enjoy going out on dates. So I guess it's different.
And you want to know something? After listening to what I say,
Mhm.
I almost say to myself, I had a lot of good women.
Yeah.
I don't have some of the, like, I hear other people's stories and battle wars, and I don't have that. I had some. I guess it would be me. I have to be the one to accept the blame for why didn't a relationship work out, and why am I single. But on the flip, I can also say, for whatever reasons, I lived a full life, and I'm happy being single now.
But you did say that you're, like, not interested in being married, in having offspring, you know?
Because
He already had He already had a kid.
if there's nobody there, if I'm not talking to well, the only person I talk to is G. But if other than talking to her, are we gonna get married? We don't talk about stuff like that, and so I don't think, am I gonna get married? Am I gonna have kids? That
Well,
thought hasn't crossed my mind.
I'm just asking because, like, at a certain point, like, you say you don't want to have children anymore, so I'm assuming that's why a younger woman wouldn't be something you're interested in. Granted, a woman your age can have children, it's just more difficult.
not having any kids. No.
What do you mean? You do what I tell you.
You want
Um,
grandkids?
so the younger woman, it just, uh, I've talked to younger women,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to a hot younger woman,
Ooh.
and I let some of my ex-girlfriends see her picture, and I heard it. And so some of them carry CPLs, and I wanted to stay alive. So
That's interesting because my friends are very supportive of it. Like if I go out with an older man, they're like, "Yeah, get it, enjoy." And so are my guy. Well, I don't have guy friends that are not gay, so I wouldn't.
But he's saying that he showed like new girls that he was dating how hot his ex girl was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, no. I was showing my ex-girlfriends a she probably
picture.
was 21 to 23. I didn't ask her age, and somebody that I used to talk to.
Right. And is this somebody that you used to, I mean, that you're dating now that you showed the picture to?
No. They were my ex-girlfriends that I showed the pictures to, and a few of them carry CPLs, and I don't want to
Okay.
bump into them
I don't know what
around
CPL is.
town.
Cardio
Carrying
pulmonary.
still, they carry handguns.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's so unfortunate. They're not like happy for you. And this woman that if she makes you happy, why do they care? If you're happy with somebody 23, why does it matter?
It was funny. A lot of my ex-girlfriends told me that I was the one, and they in life regret that the fact that it didn't work out with me. And some of them, like one of them told me a story that I had no idea. I didn't even remember the story of what happened. And it was a crazy story. And I would be like, if some guy ever did that to you, I would be like, what a dick. And how can you say that he was the love of your life? And here this girl is telling me that. And she had already moved on, and she's married with kids. And kind of like, it was a sweet thing. It was like almost like, so those kids could be mine in a way, even though that they're not my biological blood kids. That in thought, even though she was with another man, she was thinking that man was me.
Interesting. And how do you feel that your exes still want you? Like, do you think it's smart to be friends with women who still sexually want you?
I think it's good to be friends with your exes, but to always know that you can't go back into the past. And the reason why is because, remember how I said you have to be the one to accept responsibility of why the relationship didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You're Unless you fix the problem of what that relationship, why that relationship didn't work with that person, history is going to happen over again. You're going to go ahead and repeat it. You're going to end up getting into a fight. It ain't going to work.
Mm. Because I'm not friends with my exes. When we're done, we're done.
I wonder if some of these guys that, are kind of angry, like what we would say he-man, woman haters, if they just never like had a good relationship. So they're thinking, but it sounds to me like some of them might be the ones that are jaded. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Like
think
Rourke doesn't
people,
sound like he's jaded, but there's other men who sound a little jaded, you
but
know?
it's not just men, it's women too. I think
It
people,
is, it is, but to say that it's women, all women is where that's going to cause an issue, like in a blockage to meet somebody eventually, because you're going to be, turning people off. You're going to think that it's you making the decision. Not you, but somebody is going to
Do
think
you
that it's them making the decision on whether this relationship is going to work out or not. But you're being looked at too, and so if people see things in you that you don't like, which might be some of those misogynistic statements, then, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, I'm talking about some men. they come off a little misogynistic. I've seen it a little more lately, like on YouTube. And I don't know if it has to do with, I don't know what it has to do with. But yeah, I like a sense of humor too.
Mm.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting that you've had all these good relationships, and like, have you been like with somebody? Well, you did have love enough for one person to have a child with them, so you did have a commitment at one point.
Actually, that was a one night stand.
Oh my God.
Yep. From a girl who I went to high school with and never even knew her. She asked me out on a date, and I made a mistake of being like, "Oh yeah, I'll take you out."
He threw
If
her a pity fuck.
did I screw her or what?
No, I said you threw her a pity fuck. I was just kidding. Ran one up in her. I'm just kidding. I'm muting myself. I'm muting myself. Just go ahead.
She actually said, "I knew you were gonna go out and do your life and be with all kinds of women." And she goes, "I just wanted to be a part in your life." And she goes, "I just wanted to be there." Well, what it is that she told me that as adults, and I thought to myself that was almost like a weak thing to say, but whatever, I mean, it is what it is, and that's what's happened. And like for me though, I really never wanted kids. I mean, just to have one kid with all the women that I've ever been with, that's amazing.
But that's interesting that you have a child with somebody who you weren't in a relationship with. Like, were your exes upset when they found out that you had a child with a woman who you didn't really know?
No, they didn't. Like since I didn't know her, I don't think they knew her either.
No, but I mean, like, they were like, I'm sure a woman you dated. I'm sure you've had conversations with people you've dated about having children and the next step.
Oh, what I'll say is that I did say with my exes that I have good relationships with her. I don't have a relationship. That's I would say the one person that I don't have the relationship with.
But isn't that the most important one to have a relationship with?
No, because she's not the
No.
one that I'm choosing. What she did. I shit you not. I had sex with her 2 times. With one time I had sex with her, I did not. Second time I had sex with her, it, it was either the first time I used the condom and the second time I may have not used a condom, and so I don't know, to be honest with you, and don't remember nothing in there. And so, however she got pregnant is like a miracle. And so, but that's what it is.
Interesting. So this is fascinating. So you had a child with a woman you don't really know, but you're connected through life because you have a child together. Like, were you? I don't know how to say this. Do you separate her from your child?
Yeah. Oh, because my son, I was honest with my son and tell him how he got born, how he was born, how he was created. I taught him everything I know, which is nothing. And I said, you know what? Whatever you become, that's fine with me. And never been to jail, don't have no problems with him, got a job. So I'm fine with that.
Oh, so he's like older. He's not like a child.
No, he's your age.
So okay. Why was I thinking it was a child? So you have like, you were young when you had him.
19.
Jesus. So you had a child young.
I didn't have a child. She had a child.
Yeah, but wait, did you not raise the child?
No, it wasn't that I didn't raise a child. It was that she had the child. I didn't have the
But she,
child.
yeah, but you know, she doesn't mean had. Like she's saying, you know, you guys had a kid. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, so it's more understandable too, because that happens with, you know, younger people. Sometimes they screw up. Oh, where did Bobby go? I don't know.
She must be back. She'll be back or something.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't remember how I tell you you gotta keep fingering your screen
You would
or
say
it goes
that.
black? She
Yeah,
probably
I
forgot to
just
finger
did.
it.
I just picked it up. But why did hers go black? No, sir, I didn't see that. It just dropped off. But again, fucking tired anyway. So, oh,
Well,
here she is. She's back. Hold on. She's back. Guess who's back?
Okay,
Back
let's go to
again.
this because I don't know why, but I'm thinking I thought your child was like young.
no.
So your child is 28. Now this is okay. So if your son dated a woman closer to your age, what would you think about that?
I'd be laughing. I'd be like, uh, first thing I'd be laughing. Second thing I'd be like, you know, it's his life. Let him experience life. Let him learn. The first, you know, that's the thing about life is experiencing it and see where it goes. If nothing bad comes out of it, then everything was good and you keep going.
That's funny. No, I don't want to be Rorik's daughter-in-law. Pass. So so that makes sense why you don't date women my age. Because essentially it would be your son's age.
I could introduce you.
No. It would essentially be your son's. Well, have you ever done that? Have you ever dated somebody your son's age?
Nope.
Is that like an issue? Like, does he tell you, hey, dad, I don't want you dating a woman my age?
No, he don't ever get in, he never tells me nothing about that.
But you're close, no?
I guess so. I would, you know, I guess like as far as like he just maybe that's something that he don't feel comfortable talking to me about my dating life, you know, or it's my own life, and he don't, you know, feels maybe it's none of his business. Never, he don't say nothing about it.
So technically, you can be a grandfather soon, right?
I could be, and to be honest, I think if I was dating a woman his age, I don't think he would say nothing. I think he'd be like, "Wow, cool," but I like I said, I wouldn't date a woman his age.
So he's my age. So if you had him at 19, you're 47. He is 28. Interesting. So you were a baby having a baby.
If you
I
met
was
an older guy that you were attracted to, Bobby, and he had a grandchild that say he watched every weekend for his, or every other weekend for his kid or something, you know, would you still like him? Would you want to date him if it was, you know, like a young grandkid?
Whew. Okay, now that might be my where my old man where for my older men it might stop. A grandchild might be it for me.
It's funny. I'll hear people, and when they refer to like women, they're like old woman, but when it's a man, it's an older man sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and
No,
a
it's an
lot of
old
times,
man. It's for certainly like, but a grandchild's a
no, but
lot.
I'm just saying, like, older, like, it's like women seem to, get a lot of being called old, and everybody cares about the older the woman. That's what kind of worked against me when I was dating that younger guy, because everybody always would say things like May December romances never work out for the woman, and it's like it's
Yeah.
just so discouraging.
But this is interesting. So you were 19, so you could, well, so you were 21 with a 2-year-old. How was that? Like dating, is that why you didn't want to get married, because you had essentially a child?
Actually, the girl I was with at the time, I was in a relationship from like 20 to 27, or
Mhm.
from 20 to 20, yeah, 27. Uh, she was probably, out of all the women in my life, the one that I would say that I fucked up with and should have married and been with her.
Mm. So she was like essentially another parent to your son when y'all were dating.
Yeah. One thing is though, is she was really shy,
Hmm.
and that's why what for me, I had a hard time being with somebody that was that shy. She was kind of hard to open up to get to know who she was.
So now it makes sense why you don't date younger women and why you think what I do is so weird.
No, I think what after when I first initially first hearing what you do, yes, I thought it was like, what the hell? I thought it was like the DA questioning somebody. But what I think of it now is that it's a great thing for you to do, because you have to find out who's that best person that fits your life.
Well, I wasn't doing this to like date anybody. I was doing this because I was super nosy.
Well, for either reason.
Mhm. But this is so I'm this kid thing is blowing me away, because when you said you had a kid, I was thinking it was like 10. Because if you had another child now, right? You're
Right.
almost 50, essentially 70 with a 20-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, for me, it would never happen. I have a cousin that has a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and she's 7, and she takes that place in life of another child.
Mm.
She's my little sweetheart that I think that's just a little angel, and that whenever you see her, she makes you happy and stuff.
And your son and your son's mother is your, like, because you go out with your son and stuff like that. Does he, like, how to say it? Is it difficult being so close in age to him?
No, because I would say I'm closer to my mother in age. My mom had me at a real young age. For him, uh, it for me, like most people were when I grew up, were having kids at that age.
No, agreed, but you had him young. I mean, like, because essentially you went from high school to parent.
Yeah, for me at that time, most of the people I knew were already had one kid, was maybe working on their second kid, went through their first marriage, had third kid, fourth kid, sometimes 5 kids.
But so you never had a desire to give your son a sibling?
No, he had one from his mom.
Okay. And but like how was that? Like, I'm not trying to be nosy, but like since she did have another child, I mean she was with another man. Like how was that sharing essentially another male figure in your child's life?
How is that? You know, fine with. I don't get involved with somebody else's life, and if as long as there's no problems with my child, I didn't have no problems.
And this is another question. Like, if I'm overstepping, fine. Were you upset with her for getting pregnant?
Uh, no, because I could see her. She told me later in life her reasonings for why she did what she did, which uh for whatever reasons it was to me kind of like whatever. But what the after it all being done, how you look for the like SG tells me always look for the positive in things.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son. If life would have went the way I wanted it, I wouldn't have a son and get to enjoy. It's almost like a mini you when you look at somebody that's just like you, and then you get to see. Uh, what happens though is boys usually have mothers' personalities, and the girls have the father's personality. But I have the enjoyment of his companionship.
Okay, so great. So now let's get into that. So
He's got me. No, sir. Just kidding.
he's he's dating, he's going out and stuff like that. Does he like do your role of dating, 3 down, 3 up?
Does he
I'm sure you
do
met some of the women he's dated.
does he do roll up dating, 3 down, 3 up?
Yeah, like how you like that 3 up, 3 down.
What does that mean?
Like he likes, like he has the high school rule where if you were a freshman, you don't date past freshman and senior. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought
Yeah,
you were talking about like wait 3 days and then call shit.
no,
Okay. Mm.
he works so much that I don't think he dates that often.
interesting. And he lives in the Michigan area too.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, so since you had a child so young, did you, when raising him, like, did you want him to be better than you?
Uh, yeah, you always want your child to have a better life and what you do is like for most people it's to like make them a person that's going to be able to you want to instill good things in them so that when they're out in society that they can make it on their own and survive.
Right, but I'm saying like you have a boy, obviously, right? So it's different. Like he's getting to the age where a lot of people are getting married or having children or stuff like that. Like because the way he was created, did you have like certain types of talks about like being safe and what it's like to have a child at this age, blah blah blah
Okay, so the understanding the way he was created, his philosophy is that he never wants children at all. It's kind of sad that he's a pretty good looking guy. He when a man has a flirtatious personality, he's got maybe he can kick flavor or whatever it is. Maybe he can make a woman laugh. He's more shy
Flavor.
and reserved.
What's kick flavor?
You can kick game. You can sit there and hold a conversation.
Oh, okay.
but
Never
he so he doesn't. Is that sad, like knowing your line could end very soon?
My phone's dying, you guys, and every time I plug it in, it won't charge because it's so hot.
Oh, that's fine, we can go because it's almost 3.
Yeah, you guys want to count down with me?
All right.
And paranormal, please have good luck tomorrow. And anybody who's left in the chat, thank you for being here. Sorry about any of the mudslinging, but anyway, on the inside the chat, but not well, whatever. Anyway, you guys, I have let's do the countdown. Yeah.
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 Okay. So 1, 2, 3, go. 5,
Bye.
4,
Three,
3,
two,
2, 1.
1.
Peace,
Oh,
love, and
Peace and
topics,
tacos.
everybody. Thank you, you guys. Bye.
Good night, Bobby. Good night, SG.
Good night. Good night, Rourke.